Welcome to the Sydney Cricket Ground. The players at the moment are in the dressing room just completing the tea break, and we're about to start the last session on this, the fourth day of the Sheffield Shield final between Queensland and New South Wales. Now, the situation here is that the Queenslanders are currently out there, but New South Wales in their first innings made 341. They made those runs in 183.5 overs. It was a pretty slow business. And you can see Holdsworth ending up 10 not out. Top scorer Greg Matthews on 78. We might just take you through one or two of those wickets. First to go today was Emery. He was out caught by Barsby. This is how it happened. The ball played away down towards the third man, and that was the break they needed. It took quite a while for it to come, and you can see on the face of Rackerman there that he was very happy when it did. Matthews was the man they really needed out. He was eventually out caught by Hayden. Again, that ball swinging. Matthews spinning quite a bit. Matthews trying to smash it down the ground. Hit it off the meat of the bat, but a nice catch there by Hayden, moving around to his left at mid-off. So Matthews was out, and then Whitney was comprehensively bowled. This delivery knocking his off stump out of the ground, and he had a little glance at the stumps there. They were lying all over the place. So off he went, and then, of course, the last batsman to go was McGrath, who was caught by Anderson off the bowling of Kasprowicz. And this is how that run happened. It was an outside edge. He was backing away just a little bit thick edge, and through to the keeper it went. So there it was, 341, and that meant that the Queenslanders had a deficit of 30 runs. Queensland figures: Rackerman 2 for 92. 2 for 65 there for our Kasprowicz, 2 for 67, nipping in at the end. Jackson 3 for 91, 69 overs he bowled, and Law just used sparingly there. No wicket for 9. Well, it was then the Queensland turn to go out and have another go. Barsby went out with Hayden. Unfortunately, Hayden was first out and then quickly followed by Wellham, but this is how Hayden was out. Disappointment for him, because this was a big match, no doubt, in his mind. The selectors are all here watching, getting ready to pick that team to go to England, and unfortunately he's failed in both innings. Well, Wellham, who's moved himself up to number 3, also failed in both innings. He was out caught by Emery to that little flirt outside off stump, and he didn't even bother watching the umpire there, so he was out for 1. So Barsby's on 18, Law's on 5. The players are out on the centre now, 2 for 30. So Queensland have wiped out the deficit. The big question is, can they really turn it on now, make some runs quickly, and make a match of this? That's the first one after the tea break, just outside off stump. McGrath's bowling. On strike at the moment is Barsby, and in the commentary box, Ian Chappell with Simon O'Donnell.
Thanks, Tony. Score's absolutely dead level at the moment. 311 to Queensland, 341 to New South Wales. Queensland in their second innings 2 for 30.
Yep.
It's well run.
Could be the method of this last session here for Queensland. That momentum going, I think they've got to rely a lot on quick singles, changing the strike over, not allowing the bowler to get into a rhythm. Looks up a lot of the time he's going to be bowling to a different batsman. Just help to get some momentum going, because it's a crucial 2 hours if they're to have any chance whatsoever of winning this match. If ever there was an important 2 hours to turn on something special, this is it.
These are probably the 2 players to do it for Queensland. Stuart Law in very good form, having made a century in the first innings. Hit the ball extremely well. Trevor Barsby, a man who does like to get on with it. But something special is exactly what they need. It's got to be, well, around about 180 in the session. They've got 35 overs to be bowled in this session. So as Greg Ritchie was mentioning before the break, Queensland really do need to play it like a one-day game. Even if they get out, I don't think that matters. I think whatever the target is they set New South Wales, I think the more gettable it is for New South Wales, the better Queensland's chances of producing a victory.
Stuart Law is in very fine form. Fine knock of 142 in the first innings. Queensland were reeling, losing 2 early wickets. Just looks as if he's stroking the ball and playing with enormous confidence. Very much a confidence player, Stuart Law, and his first innings given him the confidence he needs to hopefully carry on and play another very important innings for New South Wales. Queensland, I should say. Queensland in their second innings are 2 for 32.
Head lice are a fact of school life. It's also a fact that head lice infest any type of hair, clean or dirty. Now there's new Quilada Cream Rinse. It contains permethrin, and permethrin's proven effective. One application of Quilada effectively kills head lice and their eggs. And there's lasting protection. Quilada Cream Rinse leaves hair clean, conditioned. Head lice are a fact of school life, and it's a fact that new Quilada with permethrin effectively kills head lice and their eggs.
Beautifully timed shot. Played some good shots in the first innings off the back foot, Stuart Law, particularly once he got set. That was a good example of a man in excellent form.
Certainly was. Your hands go right through there. Just held up a little bit on him as it came off the wicket, and he just holds his hands in the middle here just for that split second to make sure he got the timing right on that ball. Perfectly placed. Well run 3. Holdsworth has been very impressive, especially early on. He has that uncanny knack, knocking over a couple of important wickets early. The ball's nice and new. It's a little bit of swing away from the right-hander. Bit of bounce, plenty of pace. Hold his head high. His performance so far during this Shield final. Very good piece of fielding there, probably making up for a couple of drop catches in the first innings. Went some way to eradicating the debt. His first innings batting. Hopeful of getting a bit of confidence back in the hands as this innings goes on, taking a catch or two.
128 wickets for New South Wales. Wayne Holdsworth had a very good last half of the season this year.
Pretty good lead into the Shield final, courtesy of Victoria. 7 for 52 in Victoria's second innings down in Melbourne. Fair confidence boost to know that you're bowling pretty well and in form. coming into the most important match of the year.
Great save there in the gully by Bayliss. It's 2 for 35.
When dreams of Easter fill your head, each and every night in bed, Bumper Bunny will let you know that Kmart is the place to go. There's Elegant Rabbit and Humpty Dumpty, just so much for you to see. There are Bumper Bunnies, soft and sweet, with cute pink ears and cute pink feet. So come to Kmart and you'll find an Easter treat of every kind. 1,000 very special ways to brighten someone's Easter day.
Queensland leading by 5 with 8 wickets, 8 second innings wickets in hand. 19 to Barsby, 4 to Stuart Law. McGrath to continue from the Paddington end. Beautiful shot. He's looked, well, I didn't see Michael Slater play in New South Wales' first innings, but he's looked far and away the most accomplished batsman in this match, Stuart Law.
It's a real trademark shot of Stuart Law's front-foot cover drive. McGrath just over pitching there, giving a little width. Stuart Law capitalising on it. Couldn't want it much better than that. Foot to the pitch of the ball, full face of the bat, 4 runs.
Shouts of catch it, and that has been done at fine leg. Law hit that pretty well. In fact, probably hit it a bit too well for his own liking, and that is a big blow for Queensland.
Certainly is a big blow. I think Stuart Law's in a bit too good a form. He has hit that absolutely beautifully. I don't think he would have expected it carrying that far, and a good catch by Wayne Holdsworth in the end. Going backwards, misjudged it in the first tense, but was able to get back and take a very fine catch to dismiss Queensland's trump card. Stuart Law, 13. Queensland now 3 for 39.
Tuesday, the world's most prestigious academy presents motion picture's most glittering prize, Oscar.
With the nominations announced, we wait in anticipation for the event the whole world stops for.
Who will win? Who will take home Hollywood's highest accolade?
See all the glamour of the brightest stars gathered at the party of a lifetime. Television's most spectacular night of nights.
Experience the exhilaration of the 65th Annual Academy Awards, Tuesday, 8:30 on 9.
Work it out, see it through.
Nice try.
Bring out the tiger in you.
Let's break, Tony.
You got it.
Winners practice hard and eat smart, like this complete breakfast including Kellogg's Frosties with 5 vitamins and iron.
They're good.
Hey, clear for the court.
You're on. Show them you're a tiger. Show them what you can do.
Take it.
The taste of Kellogg's Frosties. Whoa. Brings out the tiger in you.
And you.
Peter Goggin, the new Queensland batsman at the crease. Queensland now 3 for 39. And Stuart Law, the last man out. A little unfortunate. He hit this pretty well, but I guess if you hit him in the air, you'd take the risk of getting caught.
Yep. Ripper hit. Very confident catch. Wayne Holdsworth. Across, so Trevor Barsby taking strike. And McGrath to continue.
Most unfortunate for Queensland because it looked like Stuart Law was just starting to run into the sort of form that he was in the first innings. Hit a lovely boundary through the covers, and that short delivery, he actually hit it very well, but just didn't get the placement. The ball was short enough to play the pull shot.
After these early wickets have fallen, 3 for 39 at this stage. Chewed up 20 overs. find it very difficult for Queensland to set a formidable total for New South Wales and also give themselves a fair chance of being able to bowl them out. Just trying to whip that one a little bit too much. Been looking to hit it quite straight back down the wicket. Closing the face of that one. Time is so important for Queensland here, and losing these early wickets to set them back. In these finals, there's always room for someone to do something special, and Trevor Barsby is definitely capable.
It's 3 for 39.
Only Hoover fridges are so well built, they carry a big 10-year warranty on the sealed refrigeration system, which covers all parts and labour. And it's a pity more household appliances don't.
Hoover, built to outlast.
Head lice are a fact of school life. Now there's new QLD cream rinse. It contains permethrin. One application of QLD effectively kills head lice and their eggs. And there's lasting protection. New QLD effectively kills head lice.
Hayden out for 4, Wellham for 1. Stuart Law, the man out since the tea break. Caught Holdsworth, bowled McGrath for 13. Peter Goggin about to face his first ball from the speedster, Wayne Holdsworth. Beautifully balanced run. Runs in almost like a sprinter. He's beautifully balanced.
Overly impressive in the first innings. Quite scratchy, given a couple of chances. Looking to make amends for that here.
Big shout, and he's been given by umpire Hare. And really taken by surprise with that short delivery from Wayne Holdsworth. I'd say it must have just clipped the gloves and went straight through to Bill Emery.
Definitely taken by surprise. That was a good pacey delivery there from Wayne Holdsworth. Bit of bounce. Shows the departure of Peter Goggin, and here it is. Oh, that was a nasty one. You couldn't have got it any straighter or any better than that. Wayne Holdsworth very happy about it. So are all the New South Wales players. They really have the scent of victory there at the moment. Peter Goggin, after 2 deliveries, is out for a duck. Port Emery bowled Holdsworth. Queensland now slumped to 4 for 39.
We got our hands all over the country. We got our hands all over the world. We got our hands all over this boy, and boy, we got our hands all over this girl. You listen to this story, just one thing to do. Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, till we get our hands on you. You listen to this story, true colors come shining through. Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, till we get our hands on. Till we get our hands, till we get our hands, till we get our hands on you.
Martin Love making his debut. Played quite impressively in the first innings. And had a good partnership with Stuart Law in the first innings. Made 40-odd. 42 to be exact, and the partnership 75. Welcome to the crease, Martin.
It's not quite as lethal a delivery as this one. beautifully bowled by Wayne Holdsworth. Plenty of pace in that. Giving Peter Goggin any time to settle in whatsoever at the crease. He was in no doubt. He was in a fair bit of trouble.
Yes.
Nicely timed. Great way to get off the mark.
Very well timed there by Martin Love. Showed great application and kept a cool head in the first innings. Felt it a little bit when he was losing partners towards the end. Only fair enough for a man of very limited experience at this level. He acquitted himself exceptionally well. Not showing an enormous amount of nerves out there at the moment with that type of shot either.
And he's been given out by umpire Hare. Trevor Barsby has been getting a long way across and trying to clip the ball through the mid-wicket area. As Simon mentioned, he would have been better going straight down the ground. Barsby's looking back. Not sure whether he believes he hit it or not, or whether he was just a little surprised to be given LBW, but he'll probably get a shock to see exactly how far he's going across.
He's certainly a long way across there. Umpire Darrell Hare has a real good look, but not much doubt. I have to say, he pitched middle and off, hitting middle. Not the full face of the bat. Sometimes that is what can happen. Trevor Barsby is out for 19 runs. LBW bowled Holdsworth. Seen the funny side of it anyway. Queensland 5 for 42.
Out in the Caribbean, they were losing lots of ships. Black Dog, the chocolate pirate, was playing dirty tricks. I brought in Kellogg's Cocoa Pops out of the blazing sun. I've got the chocolate that you want. It's good for everyone. The pirates stopped their fighting to catch the chocolate hair and made a crunchy milkshake helped by a friendly whale. Kellogg's Cocoa Pops, puffed rice, cocoa, 4 vitamins and iron. Part of your complete breakfast.
It's just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy.
This week on A Current Affair, an exclusive interview with Sharon Stone.
When I saw the movie, I was so horrified.
The screen's most controversial actress bears all.
Those couple of sex scenes, we spent 10 days shooting.
She talks about that famous scene.
I didn't know it's nice. I was so angry.
And her private life.
I mean, I don't need to just pop out of the chute and have everything, oh, yeah.
Also, we explore the hidden hazards. Is your house killing you?
We're not healthier as a community.
This week on A Current Affair with Mike Willesee.
Peter Anderson to face Wayne Holdsworth. Holdsworth really charging into his work. He's got 4 for 22 and has bowled very quickly. Last of his wickets, Trevor Barsby, LBW, and a good decision by umpire Hare. Barsby was a long way across with that front foot. The ball certainly would have hit the stumps.
Definitely so. Paying the price for just playing a little across the line of the ball there instead of back down the wicket. Gave a hint that that could have been a bit of a problem the over previous. Fortunately contributed to Barsby's downfall. His top score there at the moment on a pretty dismal looking scorecard at this stage. 5 for 42. We're in the 22nd over. About to begin. Queensland in a lot of trouble.
Holdsworth has so far been involved in all the dismissals, taking 4 wickets himself and then a good catch at fine leg to get rid of Stuart Law. It's been a very good second innings for the young speedster. And he has bowled quickly in the second innings, the quickest we've seen in the match. If you've just joined us, the Queensland players there, you see the black armband. That is because Paul Jackson's mother died on Saturday night. So a gesture of sympathy there from the Queensland players. The News of the death of their left-arm orthodox spinner.
Yep. Wait. Going 20. 60.
Interested in a situation like this, in a game of 5 for 43. I've always been a bit of a believer that you always bat the way best suits your game. I think the scoreboard necessarily should have an enormous say in that. The wickets that have gone down so far.
Emery has caught it. New South Wales players are pretty excited now. Umpire Randall has said not out. He did appear to be looking to see if the keeper had caught it. But he signalled not out. Emery is just speaking to Randall. I think he perhaps asked Randall, did you think he hit it, or did you think that it didn't carry? And he certainly caught it, but it's come off the thigh of the batsman. So it was a very good decision by umpire Randall.
It certainly was. Off his right hip, top of the thigh. A bit of jubilation from New South Wales. Why wouldn't there be? They've got an opportunity to wrap this match up.
Really smacking into the keeper's gloves.
He's got plenty of pace, Wayne Holdsworth. I think he'll be wanting the ball to come out of his hand for a while yet. 4 second innings wickets at this stage. Catch was his contribution to the 5th. Queensland reeling at 5 for 43. Only the one recognised batsman left. That's Martin Love playing his first-class match. Peter Anderson, the wicketkeeper at the other end. And to follow these two players, Kastrowitz, Rao, Jackson, Rackerman. So a lot hinging on partnership here between the number 6 and 7, Love and Anderson.
Piece of work there, Michael Bevan. Very quickly onto that ball. May have had Love struggling if he'd hit the stumps.
Moves exceptionally well in the field, Michael Bevan, and oh, it was to his right hand, very quickly across, and it would have been a very close decision. He moved here exceptionally well, and would have been a fair way out, Martin Love, if had have happened to have hit. Figures very impressive from Wayne Holdsworth in his 12th over. 4 maidens, all for 23. Really torn the Queensland top order apart here this afternoon.
Been a bit high. It's 5 for 44.
To prove Alan's Macintosh top is the longest lasting, I'm using elderly relations. We can't wait for him to finish, so here's one that started much earlier.
You get bags more flavour with Allen's.
Five to Martin Love. Peter Anderson yet to get off the mark. Queensland leading by 14, but they're 5 down.
Learning experience here for Martin Love. Top echelon first-class, domestic first-class cricket here in Australia. We've faced many deliveries like that in the recent Australian 19 tour of New Zealand. His future in this game, I think, is a rather bright one. So he will learn to cope with that type of delivery. See quite a bit of it.
A couple of pretty good deliveries, the last two from Glenn McGrath. The previous one to Martin Love got up quite sharply, and then he followed that with a good Yorker.
Right on line there from Glenn McGrath. Peter Anderson digging it out.
It's 5 for 45.
They're back. Hey, all right. In the brand new movie release, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. But right now, they're off to Red Rooster. Any way they can. Let's rock and roll, dudes. To get their hands on a free Turbo Turtle. A available with every nugget, part-time or snack pack. There are 4 to collect, a new one every week.
I love this stuff!
So make sure you get into Red Rooster, dudes.
Red Rooster.
5 to Martin Love. Anderson still yet to get off the mark. Queensland leading by 15 with 5 wickets down. In the commentary position, Kerry O'Keefe and Tony Gregg.
Thanks, Ian, and here we go again with genuine pace. And that's well played too. On the offside through the covers. Back for 2. Will they take 3? No. So Love playing that shot very well. And Holdsworth really fired up. He's bowled very fast. 12 overs, 4 maidens, 4 for 23. And those 2 make it 4 for 25. Holdsworth now has completed his 50 first-class wickets for the season.
And what an amazing comeback this has been, Tony. A few weeks ago, with 5 games of the season remaining, he was out of the New South Wales team, had, I think, something like 15 first-class wickets for the year. Serious doubts as to whether his first-class career may have been, in fact, over. And 5 games later, he's now making a late dash to be included in the Australian Tour of England.
He's in my side. Perhaps the best thing that could have happened to him was getting a little bit of a jolting, the threat of being left out. So he really has come back. He's bowled very fast. He swung the ball early on as well.
And he has the 2 strings, of course. He's an outswing bowler, but he's also express pace. So if there's no swing available for him, he just clicks it up a yard. If it's swinging and there's something there for him through the air, he really is a difficult customer. So all these runs precious now as Queensland desperate to try and eke some sort of advantage from the afternoon.
Yes, the other thing about Holdsworth is that everyone you speak to that's faced him say that he really is quick. And I'm not just talking about Shield cricketers. I speak to a few Test players who've played against him. They all agree with his express pace. And it's always good as a captain of a touring team to have a real fledgling tearaway on your side. That brings up to 50 now, 5 wickets down. That's the other thing I suppose the selectors are going to have to be thinking about is not taking a group of bowlers that are the same. You need a bit of variation.
And of course we are Australian tourists, so nothing we love more than to put it to the Poms. And somebody like Wayne Holdsworth, in contrast to Paul Rifle or Tony Dodemaide, has the extra couple of yards, you know, and very, very Australian.
And there goes that bouncer again, fizzing past the head of the batsman there. Through to the keeper, those. Score on 5 for 50.
Okay, guys.
You got the energy. You got the energy. You can be the best you can be. You do it. You got the edge you need. You got that Milo energy. You got Milo.
So Love, who played pretty well in the first innings, on 9 now. With him out there is Anderson on 1.
Yes, and that Queensland batting lineup, which many doubted going into this game, Peter Goggin at 5, a debutant at 6, Martin Love. Very reliant on Matthew Hayden, their highest scorer for the year, getting runs. He failed in both innings. The captain got Norton 1 at 3. So always going to be troubles for them. But in Martin Love, they do seem to have found one. Absolutely outstanding technique, temperament unquestioned after his fine first innings. And here again, under an enormous amount of pressure.
Yes, that's out, caught behind. A good delivery. He gets the one to move away off the wicket. That's class bowling. He's done it often. And there's the smile that says it all. That one hit the deck and moved away off the wicket. Just found the outside edge. And nicely taken by the keeper.
And a little bit of movement away from Martin Love. It proved his undoing in the first innings. And once again, Glenn McGrath's got one to leave him. Pushing out, not quite in line. Emery did the rest. McGrath's delighted. And what a fine bowling performance it's been by him in support of Holdsworth. Martin Love leaves. He's still impressed. Failed, though, with 9. Queensland in terrible trouble, 6 for 50.
What do you got under your bonnet? It sounds like a lawnmower.
Spare tyre, actually. Well, I got fully blown V8 power with racing carbies, Mickey darts, double pumpers, and a beefy rear end. Beefy.
Wow.
Hey! Beefy.
And not as
Thick as some.
One day,
I'm going home.
no way.
Shadow, wait. It's too far. You don't know the way.
Hey, guys, wait up, I'm coming!
they began the most amazing adventure of all. Join Sassy, Chance and Shadow and set off homeward bound, the incredible journey.
Michael Kasprowitz is the new batsman. He's out there because of Love, getting a little nick to that one out for 9. Straight away in for the treatment. These youngsters getting stuck into each other.
This has been a very willing final. Plenty of burbling gone on. An over amount of intimidation for every batsman from 1 to 11. And Michael Kasprowitz greeted with a bouncer on arrival. Kasprowitz is out there because Martin Love was the last man out. And Glenn McGrath, in the middle of a fine spell, drew the leg cutter and just the faintest of edges on the half front foot. Emery doesn't drop those. And New South Wales now very close to victory. It's into a fine over from McGrath. Queensland 6 for 50.
Allen's Redskins, a redskin here. There you go. Dances with anyone.
You get bags more flavor with Allen's.
Australia, don't miss this. Half price chicken and chips. Quarter chicken with rooster crispy chips.
Half price Monday, Tuesday.
At Red Rooster. Half price Monday, Tuesday, chicken and chips.
6 for 50 now. 26 overs have been bowled. Have a look at Holdsworth featuring very prominently there, and McGrath now into the action as well. Holdsworth going to continue. 13 overs, 4 maidens, 4 for 28. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
So much was made of leaving out the second spinner, winning the toss and sending the opposition in. In the end, Phil Emery looks to have pulled every right rein.
Waiting.
He was waiting for the short one there. Wasn't quite short enough for him to get away. Tucked him up a little. Thundering into that thigh pad.
Peter Anderson, of course, he kept to 180 odd overs of the New South Wales innings. Probably thought he was going to have a rest this afternoon before tomorrow's final day. Suddenly he's out with a total at 50, 6 wickets down, defending for his life.
That's well played through the offside field there, and once again shot off the back foot, nicely executed. Really are going to need a decent partnership here. Just looking closely at Holdsworth there as he comes running in. He seems to be holding the ball for an in-swinger. He's been swinging the ball out a little bit, but he's got the shine the other way around as he charges in there. Perhaps he's trying to get the ball to swing in a little bit. Can be a mistake trying to do too much, but just watch him hold it up there. It seems to me that the shiny side here is on his side of his body. Oh, that's a short delivery, and it's dispatched away. And into the seats it goes. So he really has got hold of that one. It's quick enough. All you've got to do is help it's on its way, which is exactly what he did.
Peter Anderson there, he's been sweating on the bouncer. 1 or 2 attempted hooks. This time, the right place for him, and that's a very full swing. Middled it, and has hit it 3 or 4 rows back.
Now it'll be interesting to see what Holdsworth does. He wants to come charging in with a Yorker, or perhaps a ball just outside off stump, just short of a length. They're moving the fieldsman back just to get the batsman thinking about that short one. Well, he'll let him have another one. Bowled in. Absolutely spot on. Let him have the bouncer. Got him stirred up, moved the fieldsman back, then ran up and bowled a dead straight delivery and castled him.
And the aggravation continues. Anderson gets a little send-off from the New South Welshman as a result of Holdsworth taking out his middle and off stumps. It was going to be Peter Anderson or New South Wales. In the end, it's New South Wales, because he's looking high over mid-on. Holdsworth has his 5th wicket, and Queensland now looking to try and get it into a 5th day at 7 for 58.
Preen aerosol has always been the great unstainer. Preen aerosol with DME will not harm the ozone layer in any way, and yet it's tough on any stain. And hard-working Preen comes in 2 fresh fragrances. Preen aerosol with DME, the great unstainer.
Tonight on National 9 News with Brian Henderson.
Amazing pictures of a waterspout off the coast of Sydney. Tempers flare in the debate over an Australian republic. And who'll be the big winners in the Oscars?
And at 6:30 on A Current Affair with Mike Widdesy.
Australia's first and only test tube surrogate baby, now 5 years old. And the household appliances that could be killing you.
Sydney's leading.
Greg Rowell, the new batsman. Onto the back foot, but right across and into the line of that one. So a cheer there for Holdsworth. Very well bowled.
What a dynamic piece of bowling it's been here by Wayne Cracker Holdsworth, Bankstown. This was explosive. Perhaps not the right option from Anderson, but the send-offs continue. As we saw, once again, This is, as I mentioned earlier, this has been a very willing contest, and accusations that players were given send-offs yesterday, again today it's happening. Can't be taken away from the fact that Holdsworth bowled very quick, and he swung it as well.
So I think he got a bit of pleasure out of that. He'd been hit for 6, and of course he came charging in and then clean bowled him, so I suppose it's understandable a young, fiery, fast bowler should have a few words. All is fair in love and war. Well, I've got Holdsworth in my touring squad. Perhaps we should have a look at that first, then we'll go on to Kerry O'Keefe's, and as the commentators come on, so we'll go. There we are. Taylor, obviously, an automatic selection as an opener. I've picked Slater to go with him. David Boone as the spare opener, and he's obviously going to be used at 3. Damien Martin, I think, deserves a bit of a go. Oh, that's in the air, and is it out? Yes, he's got him. Another short delivery. That one hit the top edge, went flying over the top of the keeper's edge, and good work there by New South Wales. They ran around there very quickly, covering the keeper. Another good delivery, sharp bounce there.
And McGrath's lost nothing in comparison to Holdsworth. This was very slippery. Kasprowicz didn't know much about it. Gilchrist positioned himself well. And New South Wales have their 8th wicket. Kasprowicz, a long spell with the ball. Didn't think he'd be batting this afternoon. He makes his way out without scoring. Queensland 8 for 58.
A friend of mine works in a bank across the road, and yet I see more of her mum than she does. Well, not surprising, really. Her mum has an advanced pension direct account with us. It meets all the new deeming rules, and there are no fees. No bank fees, no government charges. So why don't you do the same as my friend's mum? Come and see me at my bank. Advance Bank.
A bank that works for you. Now that's an Advance Bank.
Hey, Kellogg's Rice Bubbles.
Let's do it.
Ready, guys?
That's here. Go, Crackle here. Help!
Come on, I can't eat without pop.
Easy, big guy. Oh, ow, ow. They're in here.
With 3 vitamins and iron.
Hey, Pop. Hey, Trip. It was child's play.
Your complete breakfast isn't breakfast without.
Now, Crackle Rice Bubbles.
So Paul Jackson, the new batsman, he's out there to face the music now. And I can tell you he's going to have his work cut out. McGrath again. And this is why he's out there. This nasty delivery to Kasprowicz. Watch him get himself in a terrible tangle. Didn't know where it had gone. Realised it was in the air. Nicely taken. Gilchrist running around there. So yet another wicket falls. 8 for 58. For those of you interested in the stats, the lowest score by Queensland at the Sydney Cricket Ground is 84. And that 84 was back in the season of 1929-30. That's a long time ago.
That must be under some threat, Tony, because with Jackson and only Rackerman to come, and you would think that 84 looks a long way away at the moment, given the fact that McGrath and Holdsworth are really getting into their work.
Yep. That's nicely played. Comfortable single, so he's off the mark. It's the end of the over. 8 for 59.
cool with Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better, Mentos fresher. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
So 8 for 59 the score after 28 overs. Rowell and Jackson there together with Rackerman to come. We're going to see Holdsworth continuing. Jackson right into line. Just getting back to that team we've each been asked to select. The touring team, that's mine, Taylor and Slater, Boone, Damien Martin, who's over in New Zealand, or he's probably got back now. I've got Dean Jones in the side. I don't think we can leave him out. Border down there at number 6, the War brothers. Don't see how we can leave. Those are my 8 batsmen. Healy and Zura, the 2 keepers. Warne and May, the spinners, 1 of each. And then McDermott, Hughes, and this is where it gets hard, Holdsworth, Julian and Rowell. Now, there'll be all sorts of different permutations in terms of the bowlers. I think McDermott and Hughes picked themselves. The hard one was what to do with the left-arm swing bowler. Well, Julian's my choice there, just ahead of Michael Whitney. I've been really impressed with Rowell, the way he's bowled, and Holdsworth's a real tearaway. So that's my outfit. I'll let Kerry O'Keefe talk you through his.
Well, mine was selected at 2 o'clock prior to Wayne Holdsworth starting this spell. But I was tremendously impressed with Slater and have been for some time. He goes with Taylor and Hayden, who has 1,000 runs in each of the last 2 seasons. Those figures are hard to ignore. Boone, of course, the War brothers, Border. Damien Martin goes, tremendous potential. Healy and Zura. Warne. I choose Matthews as much the fact that if I was to play again, I'd want Greg Matthews in any team I'm involved with. I just love the way he gets to the line over 4 or 5 days. His innings yesterday has set this up. McDermott, Hughes, Whitney because of his ability in one-day cricket and his wholeheartedness. Yes, I just don't think the younger players have done enough to get past him fully fit. Rowell has impressed me for some time. He bowled beautifully in this match. And Bruce Reid, of course, the X factor. If he's fit, he must go. So pivotal is he in turning test matches. But that squad can change by the hour, the way Holdsworth and people like even Glenn McGrath are going. However, that's it.
Give you some idea how tough it's going to be for the selectors when they sit down. Got a few little differences there. The first 2 sides have you seen. Basically, Kerry O'Keefe going for 3 openers, including Hayden. And playing Reid as well. He's 17. That's the information we have. They're taking 17. That also could change. So the end of another over, 8 for 59.
Oh boy, another Wimbledon. There I go again.
Yeah, you nearly lost it, didn't you?
More sweat than sense.
But that was the old Connors.
The young Connors.
And now you're different.
Oh, that's better. I know how to keep my cool.
How?
You hang around, you learn.
Lipton Ice, the lightly sparkling lemon tea drink that cools you down, picks you up.
Where were you when I needed you?
So 8 for 59. A Rowell out there at the moment with Jackson. McGrath again, nagging away at the off stump. He'll go through the motions of another backward defensive and a forward defensive. One that bounces a little bit more. I don't think he'd be playing that roll-over, fall-over sweep that he played against Matthews in this innings. Largely because Matthews probably won't get a bowl. Who would have thought that at the beginning of this innings?
the last Sheffield Shield match here, on the home of spin, all 20 South Australian wickets were taken by quicker bowlers. And people thought, well, that's an aberration. Spin is going to be the factor in the final. And here, towards the end of day 4, 8 of the second innings, Queensland wickets have all gone to the quicker men, Holdsworth and McGrath.
Well played. And one thing that is a stone cold certainty, and that's Greg Rowell is going to get right behind it.
Greg Rowell prides himself on his batting ability, works hard at it, tries to stay side on all the time, tries to use his top hand. One of the most wholehearted cricketers in the country. Works at it religiously, keen technician.
That's the line. Just worried him a little bit there, as bounced a little more than he expected. Beautiful line to bowl to the tail end as that line just outside off stump, and if the ball does just hold a little bit, there's always a chance of a nick. You might have to get ready for a short one as well. I've seen already McGrath get Kasparowicz with one of those. Steep bouncing short delivery. Oh, good one. That one nipped back. He's got plenty of ability too, McGrath. He's got a few to go away, and that one nipped back. It's a lovely delivery.
And he's used his wrist well here, Glenn McGrath. Once again, he got Martin Love with the one that left him. And there it is, snaking back at Greg Rowell. This is still a good batting wicket, but such is the quality of these New South Wales fast bowlers that they're getting it to go off the seam.
So that's the end of the over, and time now for a drink as well. Cott will be out on the ground shortly. Queensland 8 for 59.
Due to Channel 9's exclusive coverage of the Sheffield Shield cricket, the scheduled episode of Skippy will now be seen next Saturday at 9:30.
You little beauty!
Don't miss the fun next Saturday morning at 9:30 on Channel 9.
If you're low on B and C vitamins, Barocca will help pick you up and put you on your feet again.
Barocca give you back your BP balance.
What's the high?
KFC has a delicious new chicken Italiano. Crunchy, crispy, marinated with garlic, oregano, and a pepper. With a fresh Italian salad and a herb bread. And a tasty burger Italiano, but for a short time only.
KFC have new chicken Italiano. For a short time only. Pronto, follow me.
Hey, Kellogg's Rice Bubbles.
Let's do it!
Ready, guys?
Here. Go, Crackle, here. Help!
Come on, I can't eat without pop.
Easy, big guy! Oh, ow, ow. They're in here!
With 3 vitamins and iron,
Hey, Pop! Nice trip! It was child's play.
your complete breakfast isn't breakfast without.
Now, Crackle, Rice Bubble!
Order.
The accused is charged with willfully neglecting to worm her pets, Your Honor. This almost killed her dog, Fifi, who in turn infected her cat, Tom. Furthermore, this suffering could have easily been prevented.
But I...
Simply by treating her pets once every 3 months with Drontal Allworm, the best defense against all intestinal worms in a single dose.
Drontal. It's a crime not to use it.
Queensland, their second innings, a sorry scoreboard there, 30 overs, 8 for 59. One thing you might have punted on, that Queensland's run rate would have been better than 2 and over. Trevor Barsby opener with Matthew Hayden. They went out for a while, and Matthew Hayden looked uncomfortable. At Stuart Law, he's the man to go since tee. He got one off his hips off Glenn McGrath, but found Holdsworth down at fine leg. Holdsworth took a fine catch over his shoulder, and Stuart Law was out for 13. Trevor Barsby, half-century maker in the first innings. A great, and in fact was Peter Goggin, got a great ball from Holdsworth there, right at his chest. He jumped away from, got the edge of the shoulder of the bat and through to Emery for a regulation catch. That was Peter Goggin out for naught. That's Trevor Barsby, caught in front by Holdsworth, a 2-wicket over for Wayne Holdsworth, and perhaps an over that may have increased his chances of getting to England. Trevor Barsby out for 19, one of only 2 people to make double figures, and Holdsworth continuing and right through everything, past the batsman Jackson, past the keeper Emery, and down to the fence for 4 byes. Umpire Darryl Hare there signalling 4 byes. Martin Love then came in and again looked impressive for a short time, but then McGrath got one to move away. He got another healthy edge and straight through to the keeper Phil Emery. He was out for 9, and Queensland basically gone. Peter Anderson, it was then swipe time. That's exactly what Peter Anderson did, didn't get anywhere near it. The castle was disturbed and he was clean bowled by Holdsworth for 9. Wayne Holdsworth continuing his 16th consecutive over. Negotiated safely by Jackson. And the most recent wicket, Michael Kasprowicz, also had a bit of a swipe, but only succeeded in getting behind Phil Emery, and Adam Gilchrist came around from slip. Well, I suppose you wouldn't exactly call it a swipe. He was perhaps trying to get out of the way, and Glenn McGrath there delighted, as would the New South Wales team be with those bowling figures. Holdsworth and McGrath have bowled unchanged. Holdsworth now in his 16th over. He's picked up 5 wickets for 36, and his partner in crime, Glenn McGrath, 3 for 22. And just look at that fall of wickets. None for 12 it was. And lost 8 for 46. Naught for 12 to 8 for 58. It's now 8 for 63. Again, uncertain stuff from Paul Jackson. And the relationship between the teams has been strained from time to time, but now with the match in its death throes, the odd laugh going on. The sun's not all that bright, but Brad McNamara still needs 2 hats. Holdsworth to continue. Jackson through to Emery. It's been some spell from Wayne Holdsworth, Greg Ritchie.
Certainly bowled quick right from the moment he took the field for New South Wales. Holdsworth this afternoon. And that one beats Paul Jackson comprehensively. Really shouldn't be up to Jackson, Greg Rowell to do the job. Let's have a look at this one from Holdsworth. Very, very fast indeed. How disappointing for the Queenslanders. They've worked so hard in this match. Been up against it for the entire innings. In fact, the entire match. They got themselves back into the game somewhat this morning. The opportunity to set New South Wales a total to chase tomorrow. And then the worst scenario happened. It's 8 for 63.
For the first time, 7 o'clock tonight, 4 celebrities meet for their ultimate test.
Give it your best shot.
The Celebrity Challenge Grand Final.
Oh, I'm ready.
Plus, your chance to win a trip for 2 to Hawaii and a Nissan NXR. Don't miss the excitement presented by Great Brothers on 9.
Introducing Lipton Ice, the lightly sparkling lemon tea drink.
Oh, that's better. I know how to keep my cool. How? You hang around. You learn.
Lipton Ice cools you down, picks you up.
There's a couple of men who'll be a little disappointed in what's happened this afternoon. Carl Rackerman and Jeff Thompson. Carl Rackerman worked tirelessly during this game. to keep Queensland in the match. Jeff Thompson sees another season of hard work without any reward. Perhaps maybe Rao can play another little cameo and give Queensland bowlers some sort of target to bowl at. It's highly unlikely, but I guess what will be going through the mind of Greg Rowell at the moment, he certainly won't be giving up. Certainly be in there fighting in the hope that he can produce something to allow his side to stay in this match.
In the first innings, he came out and showed that he could really take it to the bowlers, and in this innings, he's putting on the defensive mode, and he's doing it with some style and some effectiveness. As Greg Ritchie said, I mean, it's somewhat forlorn with only a lead of 33, but nudge a few runs here and there. 30 or 40. One never knows, but you wouldn't be putting your house on it. Nicely played off the hip there from Greg Rowell down to fine leg, and that gets him off the mark. Queensland score along to 8 for 64.
They're not taking anything away from the New South Wales bowlers. They really have come out guns blazing. There's Wayne Holdsworth. He has bowled extremely quick this afternoon. I dare say if the Australian cricket selectors are here at the ground, which I'm sure they are, they will have taken note of that. He certainly would have brought himself up the list of those players with a chance for the Ashes tour. The fact with Wayne Holdsworth is he has some hot and cold days, but when he's on fire, like he has been here today, he's a real handful. He's charged in, he's bowled with really good pace, and he's bowled a good line. And he's troubled all the Queensland batsmen through genuine pace and the line with which he's bowled. He could produce that in a test match. He's only got to do it once or twice and produce a spell such as the one he's just bowled, and it can change the course of a test match if you've got someone in your side that can bowl this quick. A lovely delivery from Glenn McGrath here, beats Greg Rowell hands down.
Greg Rowell wants to take a look at the scoreboard to see what he did wrong or what McGrath did right. Takes it on board, and we'll see how he shapes up to the next delivery from the tall right hander from New South Wales. A very straight bat. The end of McGrath's 16th over, Queensland 8 for 65.
Tonight.
Vanessa's engaged?
It's an outrage. It's all new.
I can't picture you being married.
And full of surprises.
I can't even picture you kissing that guy.
The Cosby Comedy Hour, 7:30 tonight on 9.
That cracks me up.
You're more to me than just a pet.
So his kisses can be wet.
We were lucky the day we met. He's lucky, he's a lucky dog, dog.
I'm a lucky dog, dog. Oh.
Welcome back. Just tuned in. It's 8 for 65. An unbelievable scorecard, that, from the Queensland's point of view. 2 ducks and a 1 in that scorecard. Unbelievable.
No.
Holdsworth to continue from the Randwick end. Just bowling to Paul Jackson. This Holdsworth figures in his 17th over, and he's got 5 for 36. 51 wickets this season. That's an excellent season for Wayne Holdsworth. Certainly one that'll make a few people take a lot of notice in the next couple of days.
Phil Emery's made the trek from his position behind the stumps, walked all the way up to his bowler Wayne Holdsworth to make a suggestion. Paul Jackson, the man at strike. Any guess as to what that might be, Greg?
I think it might be a case if I'm going to come round the wicket and make it even more uncomfortable for Jackson. He's going to change the line. With the pace he's bowling at the moment, he's going to take a line into Jackson's body from around the wicket. It's going to be a rather uncomfortable couple of moments for Paul Jackson here. Not a renowned batter.
Of course, reduced his chances of LBWs from doing that, but that wouldn't be what he's looking for. Paul Jackson, at the beginning of the season, I guess, was an Ashes contender, but that fell away with a broken arm and a broken finger. Plenty have stepped into the breach. The spinning side of things, of course, Shane Warne and Tim May have both picked up a couple of unbelievable bags this year, 5 for 9, and by Tim May in Adelaide, then some better by Warne. In comes Holdsworth around the wicket to Jackson, and that one's right through him. Yeah, certainly Matthew Hayden will now have a couple of nervous nights, I guess, but really he's put together 2 seasons and failed in 1 match. Taylor, Hayden, Slater, the openers, and I certainly think that Boone is the number 3 that Australia want. The Wars, Mark Ward, no denying his capacity, and certainly he's done well in the 1 days in New Zealand. Steve Waugh, well, he could have slept for 3 years. You'd almost have picked him on the 89 form in England.
No.
It's outstanding. Be a brave man to not take Steve Waugh. Forward to Damien Martin v Dean Jones was how I saw it. I figured they may go for the younger one, Healy and Zura, Warne and May. And Rowell, who mentioned yesterday was a contender at the beginning of the season, perhaps fell away with some injury and illness, but he's stepped right back into the breach. Sean Young from Tasmania, who has had a great season and perhaps not a likely selection, a bit of a dark horse. Brendan Julian, of course, another one, but I hunted for Young. Holdsworth to continue around the wicket to Jackson. Gets a bit of bat on that one. Goes out to the cover.
Slacky, I've gone a little different to yourself. I've gone for Hayden and Taylor. I haven't included Slater. That's the end of the over. It's 8 for 65.
Mum, check out this McDonald's birthday party. There are special invitations, party hats, our favourite food, cheeseburger, french fries and a drink. Lots of party games to play, take-home party bags, an ice cream cake and a hostess. And Mum, you don't have to clean up. And it won't break your budget either. So book now.
It's Mac time, McDonald's. It's Mac time.
Eight for 65 at the SCG. Not good news for Queenslanders. A lot of people out there at the moment playing for a lot, not only the Sheffield Shield, took place on the Ashes Tour. Copybook defensive stroke from Greg Rowell. Just getting back to that team. Obviously Boone, Waugh, Border and Healy picked themselves. Tim May is my spinner. The first test side, Merv Hughes, Craig McDermott and Bruce Reid. Included Dean Jones because I believe we're going over to play the toughest series of all, the Ashes series. You need some seasoned campaigners, and Jones is just that.
Movement from McGrath. Still coming in at a fair bat considering his 17th over.
Sure is. Carl Rackerman there. I've included him in my side because I believe that Carl is a good contender in England. Damien Martin deserves a chance for an Ashes tour. Tim Zura is by far and away best keeper around at the moment. Shane Warne, of course, and I've included the war horse, Michael Whitney. Just fielding the ball there at the moment. He's performed very well for Australia in the last summer, Michael Whitney, had an unfortunate injury when he broke his foot. But my word, 10 Michael Whitneys in your side, bowling would do me. He's a great competitor and a left-hander as well. I think that's going to be important in the Ashes series, that we have some left-handers bowling for Australia.
Well, gets inside that one, puts it away down a fine leg. They'll look for 2 and they'll get it comfortably enough. Greg, obviously by that team or that squad you've chosen, the emphasis on experience in England, people who have performed, done it for Australia before. You think that's the sort of squad that needs to go there? You wouldn't take too many punts?
There's Carl Rackerman sitting there. He's one of the reasons why I've chosen the way I have. You need experience, tough men.
Well, takes that one on the chest, trying to avoid it, but it follows him in. No danger done. Drops down to Brad McNamara at second slip.
Glenn McGrath has really shown he's got a bit of fire about him here this afternoon. Again, he's bowling that excellent line right on off stump. Greg Rowell doesn't play that too badly. He elects to take it on the body. He's certainly shown that he can bowl a long spell, and with good pace, Glenn McGrath has been very impressive.
The over from Glenn McGrath, 8 for 67.
What's the high?
KFC has a delicious new chicken Italiano. Crunchy, crispy, marinated with garlic, oregano, and a pepper. With a fresh Italian salad and a herb bread. And a tasty burger Italiano, but for a short time only.
KFC have new chicken Italiano. For a short time only. Quanto? Follow me.
Crowd non-existent in the Bill O'Reilly stand to watch what could be the last session of play in this Shield final. The way these two, Jackson and Rowell, are playing as if their lives depend on it, and they don't want this to go to the, well, they do want it rather to go into the 5th day. They don't want to finish proceedings here on the 4th day. They began this day with some hope. They began this innings with some hope. This man bludgeoned some of those hopes. We've seen some long spells in this match. Paul Jackson in the first innings for New South Wales bowling for Queensland, something like 50 overs on the trot. Not often you see a bowler of the express pace of Wayne Holdsworth steaming in for his 18th without break.
It's been a wonderful effort from Wayne Holdsworth. Can't take anything away from him. He's bowled superbly here this afternoon, just showing signs now that he may be tiring. Greg Matthews walking back with him there, a bit of a laugh. It appears as if there may be a change, certainly from the Paddington end next over. Michael Whitney may well take up the attack from the Paddington end. I think Holdsworth is getting ready for a well-earned rest as well.
Two Queensland batsmen looking comfortable enough. They've taken up just over half an hour of the New South Welshman's time, 31 minutes. Jackson and Rowell have been together. Kasprowicz was the last man out, just after 4:20. Jackson not prolific with the bat. He's had 36 matches, most of those for Victoria, 40 innings. The top score Got one for each year of his age. 31-year-old Paul Jackson got 31 for Victoria versus WA at the Wacker. And there's a catch to second slip. He's not going to get 31 today, and that's 6 for Wayne Holdsworth.
An excellent piece of bowling again, and that New South Wales crowd that you saw there, very happy indeed. An excellent effort from Wayne Holdsworth. Reward for line and length again. Jackson edging one to Brad McNamara in the second slip. And more importantly, McNamara hanging on to it.
And to him quite quickly at shin height. A couple of those were missed in the first innings by the New South Wales slips, caught not this time by Brad McNamara. And Paul Jackson departs. Queensland 9 for 67.
Pretend it's a game.
At home, their manners were not so hot.
Now we're talking turkey. Stealing from the table is not tolerated in this household. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? All right, okay.
And things often got out of hand. But one day, they began the most amazing adventure of all.
I'm going home.
No way.
Shadow, wait. It's too far.
Join Sassy, Chance and Shadow and set off homeward bound, the incredible journey.
Carl Rackerman now at the crease for Queensland, the number 11 batsman for the Maroons. Perhaps could have got the single. Opted not for at the end of another successful over from Wayne Holdsworth. He's got 6 for 36. He's after 18 overs. Young New South Welshman. He's got 6 Queensland scalps. There was a hint early in that over that perhaps Wayne Holdsworth, and this is the wicket he got there, was Paul Jackson. He squeezed it out, goes quickly to Brad McNamara's left. No drama to it. The soft hand, straight into it, up she goes. He'd be pretty happy to grab one, Brad McNamara, after the efforts in the first innings. Yes, Wayne Holdsworth probably was tiring towards the beginning of that 18th over. So now you wouldn't get the ball out of his hand with advice. He'll be looking for 7. McGrath will be trying to pick up 4.
The opportunity again for Greg Rowell, I think, at this stage, to try and get as many runs as he possibly can, and just the slightest hint then that he may be trying or going to play some shots. He gave himself a bit of room outside the off stump. Probably not a bad tactic. Get them before they get you.
He's hit that away off his hip, uppish over the short leg. There's Steve Small. They'll get a couple because Michael Whitney's had to come around from mid-on to field. Rowell moves along to 5. Slips that over Steve Small. Never any danger, no one out there, and Whitney will come into shot. No, he won't. Greg Rowell will. He'll face up again to Glenn McGrath.
Ever a man deserved not to be in this position, it's the man about to take strike now, Carl Rackerman. He's running out of years, running out of time to win that Sheffield Shield. It appears that this won't be the year at all.
Keen on their statistics, This pair will need to add 15 for the final wicket if they're to get past Queensland's lowest ever score here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. 84 they managed in 1929-30. They'd only had 3 years of practice at that stage. 66 now. This comes forward. Kyle Rackerman didn't trouble the scorer in the first innings. But he certainly, as Greg Ritchie said, troubled plenty of batsmen in his time.
As this young man is going to do in the years to come, Glenn McGrath. A very good prospect for New South Wales cricket.
Throwing a few down leg side, indicating he might be tiring a little. Queensland 9 for 70.
Due to Channel 9's exclusive coverage of the Sheffield Shield cricket, the scheduled episode of Skippy will now be seen next Saturday at 9:30.
You little beauty!
Don't miss the fun next Saturday morning at 9:30 on Channel 9.
To prove Alan's Macintosh toffee is the longest lasting, I'm using Elsley Relations. We can't wait for him to finish, so here's one that started much earlier.
You get bags more flavour with Allen's.
Over number 19 from Wayne Holdsworth, about to commence. Looking at the victim, number 7, he hopes. He has 6 for 36 bowling to Greg Rowell. Got the edge he wanted. He didn't have the third slip. It was wide of McNamara. They're contemplating 2, but the throw comes in from Whitney, and Rowell satisfied with the 1, and Carl Rackerman now to face Holdsworth.
A little unsure of the tactics of Phil Emery here. One would have felt that with Carl Rackerman facing, there wouldn't be too many blistering on drives or blistering off drives, and that he may well give his fast bowler, who's done a great job for him, some support. And as I speak, Greg Matthews coming into the slips cordon. A very positive mood from Phil Emery.
Now I'm looking for the big on drive from Carl Rackerman here, Gregory. Not quite.
There's an old saying that fast bowlers have very good memories. Wayne Holdsworth wouldn't have had very good memories about facing Carl Rackerman when he was out in the wicket. I get the feeling that he might be trying to give Big Carl some of his own medicine back here.
A swipe with minimum movement of feet. No danger done. Straight through to Emery. Adam Gilchrist really giving those fingernails a workout at second slip. First slip, rather. Brad McNamara at second slip. Gilchrist, a keeper of some note. He's gone over them this time, Carl Rackerman. He's raided the pair and through to the boundary for 4 runs. With each run, Greg, the likelihood of the match finishing on day 4 getting smaller and smaller now. 46 runs New South Wales would need. 9 for 75 Queensland, remembering they had a deficit of 30 after New South Wales were dismissed earlier today for 341. Greg Matthews top scoring on 78, so looking like reaching Tuesday.
It's a tough call at the moment, but Carl Rackerman needs another 5 of those and he'll be top scorer for Queensland. And I dare say he hasn't done that before in his career, but he'll be trying everything possible to make sure it goes into the second day. Save a bit of face from his team's point of view. Very disappointing. From Big Carl's point of view, he's toiled very hard during this match, as has his partner at the other end, Greg Rowell. It's unfortunate they're in this situation now. They're trying to save their side.
And that's it. Holdsworth straight through Carl Rackerman, off stump, uprooted out of the ground. Wayne Holdsworth, 7 for 41. Magnificent effort from Wayne Holdsworth. Over number 19, consecutively bowled. And he's finished with 7 scalps. 7 wickets for 41, Wayne Holdsworth. There was his last victim, Carl Rackerman. Earlier in the over, it put him over the slips to the boundary. Response from Wayne Holdsworth. Wicket out of the ground. Magnificent spell from Wayne Holdsworth. Peg on the cheek from Mike Whitney. That's his best Merv Hughes impersonation, and there's a happy man getting applause from the hero with the bat, Greg Matthews, the man who was the hero with the ball.
Well, that's a very fine spell of bowling. A finer one you'll wait a long time to see. More importantly, he did it in the Sheffield Shield final. And that tends to make people who are selecting cricket sides take notice. You get players who can do it in big matches, and he's done that here today. He's done his chances for an Ashes tour, no harm whatsoever. And this is how it happened. Bowling to Carl Rackerman, knocking the off stump straight out of the ground, arm held high, and that's a wonderful spell of bowling. We'll be back, the SCG, in just a few moments.
Me and Arnie, out for some cool moves. Roller babes left us in Desert City. The search was on. The big move was out there. Somewhere. And with Arnie on the case, we'd find it.
What do you got under your bonnet? It sounds like a lawnmower.
Spare tyre, actually. Well, I got fully blown V8 power with racing carbies, Mickey Darts, double pumpers, and a beefy rear end. Beefy.
Wow. Hey!
Beefy. They're not as
Thick as some.
Nights at Century Hotel from only $1,088 with Creative Tours and Cathay Pacific.
You know, I've been a big fan of Extra for a long, long time now. And not just because Extra is sugar-free. There's another good reason. Extra has a great taste that really lasts.
Thanks, Liz.
Its flavour just goes on and on. Try it yourself and enjoy that great, long-lasting taste of Extra.
Extra. Sugar-free and a great taste that really lasts. And now try new Extra fruit flavour.
Sciences that could be killing you.
Sydney's leading hour of news and current affairs. Tonight from 6 o'clock on 9.
Welcome back. Well, they now lead by 45, New South Wales. That's all they've got to get. And that is a result of a fantastic bowling performance by Wayne Holdsworth. Really magnificently done. That is the Queensland scorecard. Barsby out for 19. He was the top scorer. The other man in double figures there, Stuart Law on 13. But what a collapse that was. A tremendous performance by Holdsworth, and very ably backed up there by McGrath as well. Just the two of them bowling, and 37 overs needed there to bowl them out for 75, leaving New South Wales just 45 runs to win. So let's have a look now at that Queensland, what can only be described as a major collapse.
And he's gone. He's turning that into nothing because he hit it uppishly straight to Greg Matthews off Wayne Holdsworth. Matthew Hayden's Shield season has ended with the bat. He's out. And just what Queensland didn't want to happen has happened. There's a confident appeal, no doubt. Well, and Walks doesn't even look at umpire Hare. Queensland in big strife at 2 for 18.
Shouts of catch it, and that has been done at fine leg. Law hit that pretty well. In fact, probably hit it a bit too well for his own liking, and that is a big blow for Queensland. Big shout, and he's been given by umpire Hare, and really taken by surprise with that short delivery from Wayne Holdsworth. I'd say it must have just clipped the gloves and went straight through to Phil Emery.
Not showing an enormous amount of nerves out there at the moment with that type of shot either.
And he's been given out by umpire Hare. Trevor Barsby has been getting a long way across and trying to clip the ball through the mid-wicket area. As Simon mentioned, he would have been better going straight down the ground. Barsby's looking back. Not sure whether he believes he hit it or not, or whether he was just a little surprised to be given LBW, but he'll probably get a shock to see exactly how far he's going across.
Yes, that's out, caught behind. A good delivery. He gets the one to move away off the wicket. That's class bowling. He's done it often. And there's the smile that says it all. That one hit the deck and moved away off the wicket. Just found the outside edge. And nicely taken by the keeper. Bowled in. Absolutely spot on. Let him have the bouncer. Got him stirred up, moved the fieldsman back, then ran up and bowled a dead straight delivery and castled him. Oh, that's in the air, and is it out? Yes, he's got him. Another short delivery. That one hit the top edge, went flying over the top of the keeper's head, and good work there by New South Wales.
And there's a catch to second slip. He's not going to get 31 today, and that's 6 for Wayne Holdsworth.
An excellent piece of bowling again, and that New South Wales crowd that you saw there, very happy indeed. Saved their side.
And that's it. Holdsworth straight through Kyle Rackerman, off stump, uprooted out of the ground. Wayne Holdsworth, 7 for 41.
Well, there we are. What a fantastic performance that was by the New South Wales bowlers. Just 2 of them needed. There we are. Holdsworth, 19 overs, 8 maidens, 7 for 41. McGraw, 18 overs, 5 maidens, 3 for 28, and he bowled superbly from the other end, and they really will be very happy with their performance. Holdsworth in particular, I think, will be very pleased, especially with those selectors sitting around the table to select the side. Now, we have to go back a long way to find a score as low as that at this ground when Queensland were batting. In fact, back to 1929, they made 84, and so 60-odd years ago, they've broken that little record. Not a good one to break at this stage anyhow. So that's the situation. They need now 45 runs to win, New South Wales, and we'll be back here at the Sydney Cricket Ground in just a moment.